What's up, Taiwan? I'm Ethan Liu with 10 minutes of news from here in Taiwan and around the world. Taiwan's immigration agency is encouraging people who've overstayed their visa to turn themselves in. The agency launched a program on Wednesday that cuts the fines, jail time, and entry ban that migrants face if they leave the country voluntarily. Stash Baller reports.
The National Immigration Agency in Taipei is a busy place on the best of days, and it could be about to get busier still. That's because the agency has rolled out a plan to get people who are staying in the country illegally to come here and hand themselves in. Normally, if you're caught overstaying your visa, you face a fine of about up to $340, a stint in jail, and a ban on coming back to Taiwan for up to 6 years. But under the program, the fine gets cut to $70, there's no jail time, and there's no ban on coming back. That'll be true until June the 30th. The agency says the number of foreigners who've overstayed has ballooned since the pandemic began.
I think it's about 71,000 overstayed migrants in Taiwan, and most of them are blue-collar migrant workers.
Yiling Cho of Amnesty International says workers from Vietnam, Indonesia, Philippines and Thailand are the main targets of the plan. But she says the reasons they overstay remain the same. Blue-collar migrant workers don't have the freedom to change employers. That pushes some to run away and work illegally. Others overstay to earn more money to pay their debts to the labour brokers that brought them here. Once the amnesty plan ends, Taiwan's government actually plans to push up the penalties and entry bans to $5,000 and 10 years. Cho says that won't stop people from overstaying.
If we just raise the penalty, I don't think it will really solve the problem.
At the time of recording, the immigration agency had not responded to TaiwanPlus's request for comment. The agency hopes the amnesty and the threat of higher penalties later will encourage people to come forward. But rights groups say if authorities here are expecting a flood of penitent foreigners, they shouldn't hold their breath. Patrick Chen and Stash Butler in Taipei for TaiwanPlus.
Taiwanese car-share app iRent is under investigation for exposing the data of tens of thousands of its users. The names, addresses, phone numbers, and other personal customer information was discovered on the cloud server without password protection. The data was accessible until the news outlet TechCrunch alerted Taiwan's digital ministry. Investigators say the company must provide proof that it's found the source of the problem, corrected it, and informed people affected before Friday, where it could face a fine of close to $7,000. The firm's parent company, Hetai Motors, is one of Taiwan's largest conglomerates. To learn more about the iRent leak and what it means for Taiwan's data security, TaiwanPlus reporter Jeremy Olivier spoke to John Eastwood, a senior partner at Iger Law Firm in Taipei.
This is just the latest in a string of high-profile data leaks in Taiwan in both the public and private sectors. In addition to iRent, there was also a leak at Taiwan's Health Insurance Authority last month, and another one at China Airlines before that. So given this, does Taiwan have a data protection problem?
Taiwan's actually pretty good. And I think that although its fines are a bit low, in terms of trying to encourage companies to actually protect the rights of individuals, the problem is that from that standpoint, they're not quite, the law could be improved. But from another standpoint, which I think is really important, is that there's criminal time for people who really are bad actors and misuse the information. And I think that gives you a real good opportunity. I mean, you can tweak the law a little bit, but it is a good law. The Taiwan laws are actually pretty good.
The fine that's being threatened against iRent, around $7,000 is very low. Is this really a deterrent for other companies that also handle lots of consumer data?
The fines for this are really not likely to be very much at this stage. There's no sense that iRent did this for any gain other than the fact that they obviously didn't pay enough to their IT people to go secure this. So it's not good, but it's also maybe not as bad as it might otherwise be.
Given that there are potentially tens of thousands of people whose data has been leaked in this incident, can these affected individuals, sue iRent after they've been notified by the authorities? What are their legal options once they're made aware of the fact that their data has been leaked?
As far as civil liability is concerned, it's worth noting that it might be hard for customers to demonstrate harm, actual damages in a situation in which a big mistake was made, but they weren't directly hurt by it yet. I mean, the thing is this, is that right now the sense is that a security consultant found the problem, reported it, and action is being taken.
That was Iger senior partner John Eastwood speaking with TaiwanPlus reporter Jeremy Alleviate. Taiwan's architecture can at times blend Eastern and Western styles. Such styles are now being celebrated with a documentary investigating the origins of iconic historical buildings. Louis Watt visited one such building.
Style is European, but this mansion isn't in Europe. This is the Taipei guest house in Taiwan's capital, and it was originally built to be a Japanese governor's residence. It stands as testament to how Taiwan has been an experimenting ground for blending architectural styles. Today, the Taipei guest house is used for large state banquets and entertaining foreign guests. But its history goes back more than 100 years. And while it was built by Taiwan's former Japanese rulers, as you can see, it has a lot of European features, including this stained glass window, which wouldn't look out of place in an English church. Construction of the guest house started soon after Japan began its 50-year occupation of Taiwan in 1895. A period that's remembered here more positively than the Chinese rule that followed and subsequent martial law. During that time, Japanese engineers redesigned the layout of Taiwanese cities. And according to building enthusiast and documentarian Fu Zhangfeng, it also allowed Japanese architects to flourish.
很多日本的建筑师，他发现在台湾所设计的东西比他们在日本更有意思，因为突然之间有距离了，跟传统之间的距离了，所以他会大胆的去尝试，你都可以看到那个年代的品味，或者是什么东西是吸引他们的。
Originally constructed using wood, the guest house was attacked by termites within a decade and had to be rebuilt. This time in a grander European style from a previous era.
The building style put back to the 19th century. That is very interesting. Now you see the Baroque style. The Baroque style in front, even the gardens, Baroque garden. But back the building, they have Japanese garden. Probably because of the formality. In front of the building, they need the imperial facade.
Inside, there are many European elements, including fireplaces, showing how the style was more suited to Victorian England than hot and humid Taipei.
当时统治的心态就是想要盖一栋这个能够震慑这个台湾岛民的一栋建筑物，让他们仰头一望，哇塞，一栋这么这个庞大的建筑物，这么这个华丽的建筑物在这里。
With its blend of styles and eras, the Taipei guest house is now celebrated as a triumph of design. And a walk through the site is to peel back the layers of Taiwan's own history. Damon Lin and Louise Watt for TaiwanPlus.
Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. Remember to download the TaiwanPlus app for more stories from Taiwan and around the world. Finally, we leave you with images of feeding time at a panda conservation center in Sichuan, China. I'm Ethan. Take care, and I'll see you next time.